Have you been using the word motivating instead of powering to describe powertrains?
I have.
I like it.
Thanks.
Yeah,
because sometimes
it's redundant to say the same thing.
No, if we're trying to be semi-decent uterists, we want to try to bring something new to the table for our viewers. You're right, I am too high up.
That's as low as the seat goes.
That's not great.
Yeah. Oh, Nickelback. Gross.
Oh, hush. Uncultured. Hey, everybody. It's Charlie and Chris with Daily Motor, and we are finally driving the Genesis Electrified G80 or G80 Electrified or whatever stupid name they came up with.
Hey, be nice to this car. We finally
Well,
got
we
it.
haven't driven
What
it
is
yet. We
this?
don't know.
It's a
It's
G.
probably to...
Oh, it's an E.
It's probably because it's the electrified.
Oh, right.
I like how they did the grill, though. It's fake, but it still looks good.
Yeah. Well,
yeah.
we don't, as we've said in the past, we don't mind if the electric versions of the cars look like the ICE
I would
versions
rather
of the
them
car,
do that.
which is what we'd rather have, which is what BMW's been doing, and not what Mercedes has been doing. But
Correct.
Genesis is leaning more towards the BMW side, it looks like.
Well, and BMW hasn't done it perfectly because the i4, well, no, I guess it is quite similar. They've just called it different. Genesis does it the best. I quite like the G80 in general. I've always liked it. I've always thought that it comes well equipped for the price. And this electrified one looks quite nice as well. There seems to be a bit that is broken. So Genesis, if you're watching this, we didn't break it.
We didn't do that.
It was already that way.
Was already broken.
That's what Consuela says.
Yes. You know, the thing with the G80 is
penny.
that it's what, man, you are just distracted by everything today. What?
There's a penny. Okay, sorry. I'll stop.
The thing about the G80 is that it started the Genesis brand.
Yes.
This was the first Genesis. First it was the Hyundai Genesis.
It was just called the Genesis.
And then it was the
right.
Genesis. Yeah. And then the G80 and everything. So it's kind of the OG. Have you ever driven a G80?
Yes, and it was
Oh, you
actually
said it was
this
for about
color.
30 seconds.
No, it was like 30 minutes. It was
Okay.
back when I was doing social for Chris.
Okay.
What was I going to say? Oh, well, didn't it start as the Hyundai Equus?
Arguably, yes.
Well, that was a V8, though.
Yeah, but you could get the V8 and the G80 for a while.
Oh, ooh. Smells nice.
Yeah.
This is very much not...
Well, you could do right here.
Oh, silly me.
This seat is all the way back, and you can see I'm a little bit cramped, but still enough room. This is the car you get if you do still plan on driving it most of those. It's not the chauffeur car, because that's the G90.
Right. Well, this would be like a 5 Series or
Yes.
an E-Class.
Yes.
Right. Okay, feel this now. Different than the Kia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the Kia feels better.
Yeah, but this is like a more robust. This is more like Alcantara, and the Kia one feels like a blanket you get from Target.
That's a good way to put it. You do still have a
Ski
way
shoot.
to block out the sun, and yes, for classy people who go on skiing trips, you can put your skis, although the skis would come down and then damage this piano black, so I don't know if they really thought that through.
That's right. Well, console, 2 USB ports in there.
Do we have heated seats? Doesn't seem that way.
No, we
Ooh,
have to have
this is how you can feel that a car is pretty nice. Reach into the little compartment
it's
down
soft,
there.
yeah.
Well, not only that, but like the back side of it is smooth. Like there's no sharp bits.
Oh, right. What was the car we were cutting ourselves on, the Ford Escape?
Yeah, the Ford Escape. Yeah.
No moonroof or anything either in this car.
That's an interesting spec. It's a fuel economy spec. Some wood grain right here. That feels nice and looks nice
It does.
as well.
Ooh, yep, and these. See if Chris can get it up there without breaking it.
Age-old question.
How are you supposed to... Oh, I see. I was just going about it wrong.
Okay. This electrified G80 is powered by not one, but 2 electric motors and an 80-something or other kilowatt-hour battery pack, which
You'll
have
read it in
already
the
seen it.
graphic.
Yeah, which is not a ton as more luxury EVs go, but it's good enough to get roughly 282 miles in the EPA's electric testing.
Does it have a frunk?
Well, let's find out. But we will be running our own highway range test on this, where I assume it's probably going to get about 215, 220.
Also, 365 horsepower. Do you know which other sedan has 365 horsepower?
The Genesis G80?
No, the Ford Taurus SHO.
That's what it is. I knew that number was familiar.
No frunk. This just looks like an engine.
Yeah,
It literally just looks like an engine.
they did kind of make it look like that, didn't they?
Well, they have a lot of room to play with because the gas car...
This is
obviously
typically
doesn't
where
have
an engine goes.
Usually,
Mm.
yeah. Okay, cool.
Would you like to drive it?
Yes.
Cool. You know what would make Genesises look really cool?
What? Oh,
A big ol' hood on it.
Yep. 100%. Oh, boy.
Now, the Lexicon sound systems are usually quite good in G80s. We expect that to be the case with this one as well. Oh, let's not get demonetized. Thank you. Biggest downside to these cars? No wireless CarPlay or Android Auto, but you can remedy that with a little dongle that we will show you later because we don't have it on us right now, but I will be using that.
Oh, this is as far down as the seat goes. Okay.
Yeah, because your floor space is more limited in the electrified model because of the battery underneath. Got four-way lumbar for the passenger.
Oh wow, very quick steering rack.
We also have rear-wheel steering in this car, so it's helping us take corner here.
Yeah. I need...
What do you need?
That, for one. I need iPedal. And where is my drive mode selector is the next question. Over here.
Comfort, Sport, and Eco.
Oh yeah.
It does have that
It was just
instant
weird
torque.
before because when it tensioned the seatbelt, I was in eco mode, it wasn't responding to my inputs. Regen feels pretty strong.
Okay. Initial impression, it seems quite quiet.
It is very quiet. Oof, a little bouncy.
Yeah, that.
The
Well, we
ride
are in
is
sport mode.
True, I guess. It's got 9,200 miles on it.
Ooh.
This thing has been used and abused.
Yeah, that's 92,000 of journalist miles.
See how
Ooh, I don't appreciate that these handles aren't
regen will
wrapped.
carry us into the corner. Yes, it will.
Leather. Although we need to get a price idea for this car to kind of know
Is there
what
an
we should be
Monroney?
expecting. Yeah, there should be.
There's a Chevy Impala with racing stripes.
Be careful. This thing's
I know, I'm not going to be able to catch him.
been gapped by GM vehicles in this show before. Oh boy!
Let me guess. Is it 80 grand? More? Is it more than 80 grand?
Slightly.
85?
No, 80. You're practically right. 81.5.
Oh. Dang, look at me. I'm good.
That's a lot of money.
Okay, can you put me into a mode that isn't sport now, please? Just like normal. It doesn't need to be eco. Put me in comfort.
I think you're in comfort now.
Okay, because I want to feel like suspension and everything
Yeah.
else. I don't love the steering. It's kind of like a heavy steering.
Okay. Viewers will be strobe lighting right now from the trees that we're driving by. Would you like to guess
The steering feels great from a performance driving standpoint, but
how much you pay for the Halation green paint?
$1,280.
No, only $575.
Wow.
MPGE is actually quite good. 97 mixed, 89 on the highway, 105 city.
Ah, this is good. No signal and just right in front of me.
Yeah. Maybe it'll turn at the last minute on the oversteer as well.
Definitely will.
Active noise control. So it's actually canceling out some sound. Would you like to be put back into sport mode? Or
Yeah.
oversteer? $81,000.
I need to sit like 3 inches lower in this car.
Yeah, you do like to sit pretty low.
I do. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That feels good.
Heavy. Oh, that's not.
Am I gonna beat this freaking Lincoln? Yes, I am. Haha. Beautiful color and beautiful wood grain in here.
I do really
Like
quite
sun
like the
is on
interior. Shifter's nice. I never like Genesis leather quite as much as some of the more premium ones though, like Lexus leather or Range Rover
yeah,
leather.
it's not as soft.
No. But it looks
Lexus
really good.
leather is always very soft.
Yeah.
All right, can I please?
Back in comfort.
Yeah, because I want to test the rough ride.
Okay.
Oh, and the seat bolsters are letting me go a little.
The
I'll see
headrests
that.
are not quite as soft as they are in the Kia Telluride. I know
Yeah,
a lot
they
of
are.
you will be cross-shopping them.
They feel the same, Charlie.
Maybe it's because I haven't had on. Meh. I mean, $80,000 luxury car.
Well, wait till you drive this because it doesn't really. I mean, it's like
Oh gosh.
Like,
gosh.
it's dodgy.
Okay. All right.
We also have, obviously, lane keep and steering assist.
Secondary ride seems to be a little better.
Yeah.
I'm tired.
Ooh, sleepy. Well, wait till you drive this.
Okay, it's gonna wake
you
me up.
Yep.
All right. There's a Ford EV charging station in 3 miles. What are your bets that we would actually be allowed to use that charging station?
0%. Absolutely 0% chance that would happen.
Does it actually let us go there?
Does this do the...
Probably. Let's see.
Yes, it does. You hear it?
Mm-hmm.
Just like the Hyundai Ioniq.
All right, I guess I should drive.
Guess you should drive.
Ugh.
Thumbnail?
Yeah, we didn't park it very well though. Let's just get one next time. Too tired to get a thumbnail.
Okay. Ooh, it's windy for some reason.
Yeah.
So windy it shut the door for me.
You're right, I am too high up.
That's as low as the seat goes.
That's not great.
Yeah. And of course the heat. Trying to put it in perspective.
Yeah, recalibrate the seat here. It's probably one of those things that you'd get used to, but yeah, I don't love it the way it is, especially because that seat goes so much lower. Do you
Does
notice
it
that?
really? Oh yeah, it
Seems
feels
like
lower.
It is. Yeah.
Well.
Look at the headrests.
Oh
well,
yeah. Well, yeah, slightly.
Yeah, I felt lower over there.
We also don't have a steering wheel in front of you.
I guess.
Ooh, didn't mean to be that aggressive.
Ooh, okay.
Sunshade.
Initial throttle impressions, quite good. Ooh, but yeah, the steering feels...
It's heavy.
It's like mushy.
Yeah.
Like you're steering through some warm peanut butter.
Well.
Yeah, okay, fitting, fair enough. I don't like that sound either.
Your burps today smell like you had maybe a sandwich, perhaps?
It's good guess. It was buffalo chicken dip.
Buffalo chicken dip?
And a salad.
Oh, that's what I'm smelling, because it's like lettuce on the sandwich.
Yeah. Damn.
Anyways.
I don't think we could ever work with anyone else. We just put up with each other's ridiculousness pretty well.
Woo! Feels quicker from over here.
I'll just wait until I put it into sport mode.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, gotta have sport. Oh, yeah. I think it's a good level of power.
Yeah.
It could use a little more, perhaps.
Yeah. Yeah, 365 is not a ton for an EV.
No.
I mean, it still has that snappiness, but let's get on that.
I'm happy they still give you the option to have the snappiness in sport mode.
Yeah.
Okay,
I didn't mean to cut
I
you
thought
off.
you were
No,
stopping
I'm
me.
sorry. I'm just thinking.
I'm glad they give you that option, but when you're in comfort, it feels a bit more normal. Oh, interesting. Are you trying to find noises?
Now I'm going to customize. That's all you can customize for... Oh, wait, no, sorry. Okay, motor. We want...
Oh, you can do motor and sport, and then everything else.
Yeah, steering, comfort, suspension, comfort. Okay.
iDrive mode.
There. Yeah, the visibility is a bit inhibited by the height because I'm looking into the roof.
Yeah.
I do really quite like the gauge cluster.
Here's the key.
That looks nice.
Ah, wipes.
Yes.
Look at the Monroney, because I'm a Monroney enthusiast.
Sure are. It's what every G80 driver does as soon as they get into the car.
81,495. The only option's the color.
That's why I didn't quiz you on that.
Yeah, I guess that was the only thing. Oh, it is a 23. Okay, that's what I was curious about. It's a 23. It's already done 9,200 miles.
Yeah.
Somebody was driving this thing, man. It feels
pretty planted.
Yeah, it feels great in a That's what I was saying. Is it's like it feels more like a performance car than a luxury car. They won't hear or see us.
Or know what brand we are.
That's right. You do still get the 10-year, 100,000-mile electric vehicle system warranty in this car.
I'm gonna need it.
Oh, that's separate from the powertrain warranty?
Yeah.
It's got a 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty on the powertrain and electric vehicle system. 7-year unlimited mile on anti-perforation. Is that like rust?
Yeah.
And then 5-year, 60,000 basic. Largely built in Korea, 95%.
Yeah, so you will not be eligible for the federal tax credit with this car. I like the steering wheel. It feels nice. It's thin.
Yeah, the steering wheel's quite
leather's
nice.
good. The layout is nice. Quite like it.
Engine and transmission.
Also, I like when cars have the roller for the volume.
Oh yeah, that is nice. How do you think the Lexicon sound system is going to be in here?
They're going to be an A.
Yeah.
They usually sound quite good.
And you did just turn Symphony Hall on, just so you know. You're welcome.
I have an observation.
Yes.
This is kind of just plopped right in the middle of that.
It is.
It's like a
I
very
don't hate it,
uninterrupted
though.
piece. Yeah,
No,
I don't
think
really
it
hate
looks
it either,
okay.
but it is interesting.
They could have thrown it here, I think.
Yeah.
Or, well, that's too far away. But yeah, they could have put it right here in the middle. Scooched all these over slightly.
Or up here.
Yeah, we were driving something that had it up there recently.
I believe you.
Maserati, perhaps?
Come on, Malibu, you can do it.
Wow, this is just pain. It's like every NPC car.
Yep.
Ford Edge, Toyota Sienna, Chevy Malibu. Ooh, a Saturn Aura.
Well, the Saturn
That's
Aura by
different.
the old gentleman is actually driving quickly.
He's got a dual exhaust,
Wow. The Aura XR.
whatever that means. The
Extra
Malibu is
racy.
now braking.
Because they probably need to be all the way over here into
Yeah.
this lane, so he's just going to cut everybody off.
Nope.
No, he's going to make it to that one.
Yep.
Okay.
That was an interesting line through there.
Yeah.
Almost touching the curb.
Well, you know, you got to track out so that you can minimize your cornering. All right, Chris and I are going to spend time with this car. This is actually one that I think is important to spend a good amount of time with because things like this quiet noise, I think, are going to annoy me.
And Alyssa's going to think the police are after you.
Yep. And we're going to have to see if Chris gets annoyed by the steering feel. But we will be back at you momentarily after a week of having this car.
Wireless charger in there.
And let you know what it's like. 420, blaze it. Is that a cool thing to say anymore?
No, it's very much a millennial thing to say.
Okay.
My main goal is one day for us to have enough viewers where people start putting together compilations that are titled Charlie Being a Millennial for 15 minutes.
We've spent a week with the electrified Genesis G80 and...
There's a bit of chrome coming off the front.
Oh, well, let's ignore that because I have decided this car is quite good.
Ah, have you?
Yes.
Okay.
Let's get behind
Let's
the
talk
wheel.
about why.
Yeah, and let's do it inside because neither of us are jacket-wearing enthusiasts.
It's actually
apparently.
it's not bad out today.
Yeah, has this
and
been...
it's sunny as well.
I feel like this is your ideal Michigan winter because you...
Oh, it's been great.
You stated that you don't want snow after December, and we've essentially not had snow
Yeah,
after
and the one
December.
that we did have, we were in Southern California for.
Yeah,
So
you
it's
really
been very
played that
good.
out nicely. I learned something about Genesises this week, and I'm curious if you know this, or if your mind will be just as blown as mine was.
Okay.
First of all, let me give you... Would you
Is
like
it-
heat?
Is it that it's Korean?
No, I did know that.
I knew that from all the beeps that it did at you.
Yes. Yeah.
Anyways, what?
So
what
let's wait here for CarPlay to start. I'm going to play some music.
Okay.
Watch. Wait.
Yeah.
This is a touchpad.
Yeah.
I never knew that.
Oh, you didn't?
No.
Oh my god.
I didn't realize you could change tracks just by sliding.
I was doing that all week.
Okay.
Oh, Nickelback. Gross.
Oh, hush. Uncultured. But yes, I thought that's... Although it's not always convenient because sometimes you accidentally swipe it.
I was
It's
mostly...
very gentle.
The way I found out about those is by doing it on accident.
Fair.
Yeah.
Someone else pointed out in the comment section recently of one of our Genesis videos that these two should be switched, which is something we've said all along.
Yeah.
Because you use this much more than you use this.
Yeah.
And you've nearly put your car into the garage door before.
By moving that into reverse and then releasing off the brake. Yeah. In the car's defense, they are two very different feeling knobs when you turn them.
I suppose, yes.
But you know, if you're like driving a Genesis for the first time and you just like aren't thinking about it, yeah, you could definitely have an accident with that. Man, Alyssa was sitting pretty far back over here. Was she sleeping?
No, it's actually, I probably had my my camera bag wedged.
Oh, and you were wedging it. I see.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a pro-uterus move.
Yes. I thoroughly enjoy being in this car.
I like it better from over here.
You really get held up on those seating
The
position
seating
things, don't
position's
you?
way too high.
The
It's just too
Electrified G80 and the EQS are totally written off by you because
Yes, the seating position's
are
terrible.
wrong.
Well, seating position's important. It's like one of the most important things for driving a car.
It is. I guess I just feel like I don't, like once I'm used to it, I just ignore it.
Yeah. I got used to it in this car. It's not as bad as the EQS.
Yeah.
Definitely not as bad as the EQS. I wish I could sit a little bit lower. But I mean, pretty much everything else about this car was real nice, besides the fact that it beeps at you for every single thing ever.
It does
if you
like
look
to
in
be
the wrong
blunt.
direction, it beeps at you.
It does.
If you
like
walk
to
up
be-
to it wrong, it beeps at you.
It also doesn't like to remote start, which is interesting.
None of the Korean cars ever do.
Yeah, it's like they include the feature, but it's just a gaslighting feature.
I was
It's
like-
just no, not
We also
actually.
had a Telluride this week, and I, on multiple occasions, tried to remote start it so it would be warm for me when I walked outside. None of the times I tried doing it did it start.
Yeah, I got it to the Telluride to remote start on me once. And I don't know what I
What's
did
the
differently.
secret?
I don't know. Someone let us know in the comments. How
I tried like double locking it first and then holding. I tried just holding. I don't know.
Well, and I tried to remote start this looking at it from my window, and it flashed 3 times. And I thought,
Oh.
oh, that must mean a good thing. And
Yeah.
come out, and nothing is on. So it was really properly frustrating, especially because we had ice this week, and I
that's
wanted
very
it to be
irritating.
melted off, and it wasn't. But this thing is so quiet, and I don't
is.
understand the complaints you had about the ride, because I think it's properly floaty. Not only that, but we need to acknowledge, as proper uterists, I learned that this car actually has a camera sensing system that monitors the road in front of you and adapts the suspension accordingly.
I don't think I had complaints about the ride. I think my complaints were about the steering. To be fair, the first impressions are different than spending a whole week with the car.
But when I
obviously.
swapped with you, you still said it should be floatier.
I might have said that.
Yeah.
I might have said that.
So it's
Yeah.
okay to be wrong. I'm wrong plenty of times. I didn't know about this.
That's true. You are sometimes wrong.
Yep.
I just think that the steering kind of plays into that whole thing of
The steering should be a bit lighter.
like
You're right.
tricking my brain into just being like, oh, the steering's kind of heavy, so it's sporty, which in turn tells me that it should be a softer ride as well.
Yeah. You pointed out earlier this week when we were changing that you thought it's properly quick, and I agree with
It
you.
is quick.
It is really
Do you know why?
strong.
It has 516 pound-feet of torque, which we didn't
Wow.
realize on the first day.
No, that's a lot of torques.
Yeah.
I'm an enthusiast of that truck.
Yeah, especially since it's rusted out, right? Like those. Oh my God, that's like, that's bad. Welcome to Michigan, everyone, if you're not from Michigan.
Now, we pointed out in the first impressions, and this is still
What
true,
the
oh
hell?
goodness, that there's not really a rear bias to this car, so
No.
you're not going to be able to toss it around, but you shouldn't. No one should be driving this car like I just did. In fact, I should be right back into comfort mode and simply waft along this rough ride section.
It is remarkably quiet.
It is.
You
Except
know
for
why?
when
It's
you're under
because of
25
these.
miles per hour. Oh, yes,
because
it's
of
got
these
some active
things.
noise canceling.
Yeah, it's got that in the headliner and probably the carpet as well.
I have a fun fact that you will appreciate.
What is that?
I learned also. Excellent.
No, it is good. It is good. I'll give you that.
I learned that this Lexicon sound system is a bit neutered. So you
I
were
wasn't-
not wrong at all. You were
I wasn't
100%
wrong about
correct.
something. Yes.
That this sound system, and a big part of it is because Lexicon and Genesis use underfloor subwoofers
Right.
for their systems. Well, there's battery under this floor. So they couldn't use the same underfloor subwoofer setup.
That's why it didn't have as much power.
Yes, exactly. And that's why you have to turn the bass up to 5 just to get anything to
That's
happen.
what I
and
did.
Yes, I
Yeah.
saw that, and I agree with that tuning. That helps, but it's inconsistent then, because sometimes the bass really racks through, and other times it's like not there at all. This is how I described it in the sound test. It's like when someone says "I love you," but you could tell they don't really mean it. You don't feel it from them. That's the sound system in this
Oh
car.
my God.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was a little disappointed because whenever we get a Genesis, I really look forward to the Lexicon system, and then I had this turned up, and it just wasn't. It wasn't like scratching that itch in my brain, and I was like, "Why
Giving
am I
you the
crazy?"
fizz.
Yeah, but okay, it's good to know that it's actually a different, slightly neutered system, as you said.
Yes.
Makes sense.
There are a lot of Genesisms in this
I
car
like
that I would change. Things like the fact that iPedal turns off every time you go into reverse. Things like all the beeping in it. Things like the remote start not working. But overall, I think the G80, even in this electrified format, is a vastly underrated car. And I would have this over that E-Class that we had last year.
Oh, yeah.
2 years ago at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No comparison.
It's so beautiful. The leather, even though I mentioned at the beginning it's not as nice as Lexus leather,
Pretty nice.
it is pretty nice.
And it's everywhere.
It's everywhere.
And there's Alcantara.
And even like you open something like this, very smooth, very proper. It's a very solid click. There's still no creaks and rattles in this car after 10,000
No, there's not.
journalist miles, which is about 100,000 real miles.
And even beyond no creaks and rattles, everything's held up material-wise in here.
You're right. There's no
What
weird
car were we
scratches.
driving recently that had like 2,000? The Infiniti. It had like 2,000 miles on it, and the whole side of the seat was already like destroyed.
Wow.
And this has got almost 10, and well, I haven't really paid attention to the driver's seat, but
Yeah,
I would
'cause
assume
you're
it's-
just always cross every
it's
time
in-
you're in the seat.
nicer condition.
I pointed out to you, I can't remember if I pointed this out on camera or not. I don't think I did. But this car has one neat thing, and I'm actually going to turn it around because I don't think you all are going to be able to see this super well in this lighting. But it's got a very Charlie EV nerd sort of feature in it. You've got your HVAC system right here.
Oh, God.
And for someone who just wants to get in their car and drive, it works properly. You can just simply be like, okay, I want this to be at 79, fan 2, okay, go about your day, you're going to get heat. But if you're someone like me who wants to really geek out about the electric aspects of your car, you've got this little EV menu, they hide it in there, and then you've got two options here. Driver only, if you're the only one in the car and you want to focus your HVAC only on you in order to save electricity, or you've got heat. And this is nice because there are times when, say for example, it's maybe 70 degrees outside, and you want to blow some fresh air into the car, because maybe the car is like 68 degrees inside. You want to just have some fresh air going, but you don't want the heater to kick in and waste electricity. You don't need it making heat, you just want a little bit of airflow. I appreciate having that, but I also think Genesis did a good job by not making that like, if you don't want to use it, you don't have to. I think that's smart on them. Also, did you know you can get a solar roof on this car?
Oh, no.
Yeah, we don't have it apparently, but
Right. Can you get something that isn't a slick top?
I think you can get a sunroof. Yeah.
But that wouldn't be very smart for your range, would it?
No, and this actually got excellent range on the highway, about
it?
270 miles at 70 miles per
Is that
hour.
higher than it's rated for?
It's right about what it's rated for in
Okay.
mixed driving, and it achieved that on the highway at 70
That's great.
with some cooler weather. And
I was
running
kind of
the heat.
noticing that. I was driving the crap out of this thing, and it was like the battery was holding up real well.
Yeah, it really does. I mean, they did a lot of things right with this car, and I feel like it's not going to be marketed properly at all. No one's going to know that this car is as good as it is.
Have we been driving the whole time with Nickelback on the screen?
Yes.
What a shame to our viewers to have to view that.
Let us know in the comments, is Nickelback a good band?
All
You know
the
one thing this-
millennials are going to be so upset with me for saying that. Do we
You
get
know
a
one thing this
thumbnail of
car doesn't have that it needs to at $80,000? This should be powered.
Oh, yeah. Did you also notice that, I assume this is the radar,
Yeah.
right? It doesn't really blend in very well.
No,
No.
never really has in Genesis.
Yeah.
Also,
Mercedes is a bad offender of that as well.
this is too difficult to do. You don't need to have a cover for your level 2 charger. I get having it for the DC fast charger, but here's what happens. You get out of your car, it's cold, you have
Yep.
something in your hand because you're carrying a bag because you're a businessman, and you come out and you get your electric charger, so you've got charger in one hand and briefcase in the other, so you have to kind of, and then you got the charger, so you're like,
Use the tip.
and then put it in and it's cold and it's just too much.
Yeah.
Something like a Tesla, you just come in and you don't even tap anything, you press the button on your charger and it presents itself and you stick it in. That is an $80,000 experience. This
You got to work for this.
is
a little more.
Hyundai right here.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's a bit embarrassing.
It is very green though, and I do like green cars.
Is it green?
Yeah.
I thought it was gray.
What?
I guess it's kind of green.
Look at.
I think I might be colorblind with green and gray. Alyssa and I have had this conversation.
Oh, really?
Oh, it's
Interesting.
the Federales.
I think it's potential that you're colorblind beyond that, because I think we've had disagreements on colors before.
I think you're right. Also, I'd like to point out that this car is beautiful.
Oh my God, it's stunning.
I
Yeah,
walked
it
out
is really
to
pretty.
the parking lot multiple times throughout this weekend
Yeah.
and saw it parked among a sea of other cars and thought, this is gorgeous.
It
And not
is.
only that, you don't really see them anywhere.
Yeah, this makes you much less of an NPC. You descend the ranks of NPC. Or would you ascend?
Ascend. Yeah.
But you become less
You've
of an
ascended
NPC.
from the rank of an NPC.
Yeah.
You're a playable character at this point.
Yes.
Tasteful use of chrome throughout the vehicle, and take note, other journalists, not an ounce of piano black in here.
Yeah, it's beautiful. And it's like a matte wood.
Yeah.
It's really nice.
Oh, you need to have the seat in Charlie's spec.
You got your wireless
Smart box.
If you'd like to have wireless CarPlay in your car, make sure you go buy a SmartBox blue carbon fiber wireless Apple CarPlay adapter.
Yeah, link in the description.
That's right.
And we'll get $8 for each one that you buy.
Wow. That's a lot.
Is it?
Yeah. For an affiliate? Yeah.
Okay.
That's good.
Well, you've heard it from Chris.
Okay.
Chris is trying to get comfortable.
Well, no, I'm just trying to kind of feel this out again because I haven't sat in it for a few days. I like to sit a little bit lower in cars, but it's really okay. Oh, iPedal stayed on because we didn't shut the car off.
And didn't go into reverse.
I just feel like I'm sitting too high.
Don't break any laws.
I'm
The
gonna
Detroit Metro
go
Police
the
will
wrong
get you.
way down the one way in front of the cop without my turn signal.
Whoa, Chris is a rebel, everyone. We got him on camera. He's breaking the law, breaking the law, breaking the law, breaking
If
the
they
law.
wanted to say anything to me for that, then they're really bored.
You could whiz away in your 500 plus pound foot.
Will you put
Ford.
the Jetsons noise when I take off?
Oh, can you do that in this car?
No. I mean, in post.
just in, okay.
No, I couldn't find any whatever
Stupid juvenile
active
noises?
sound design.
Well, that's a good. They know that.
Well, you don't need that in
Yeah,
this
you don't
car.
need it in this car. You should want to be silent all the time.
You know what though?
What?
They could hire Hans Zimmer to make their noises like BMW does.
Yeah,
and that would be okay. Because
that's a good
BMW
point.
has a lot of cool ones. Have you heard the new one in the i7 that's like the whatever the drive mode is that's like gold and blue? I don't know. But it sounds insane. It sounds like an orchestra.
Really?
Yeah. So we'll have to, if that car ever stops having recalls, we'll be able to actually experience it.
Yes. I do still think they should have found a better place for this hazard button. Because then this would be an unbroken piece of wood and it'd look like a furniture.
It looked like a furniture.
Yeah.
Yeah, they could have just stuck it down here.
Yeah.
They've got plenty of room. These buttons are huge. And there's a blank right here.
Yeah.
And here.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think this is worth $80,000? Is the main question.
I think it's a bit of a tough sell for a few reasons. One, the gasoline Genesis G80, which doesn't cost nearly
Which
that much.
is $50-some thousand.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Also, the BMW i4,
Yes.
which isn't as good as this in many ways, but is better
Little
than it
smaller,
in
too.
others.
It doesn't
Right.
look as good.
Right. And then that's quite a lot cheaper. I mean, you could have the M50 that'll melt your face in acceleration
That car will melt your
and is
face.
still the same price.
And you can have it in
or green.
individual frozen. What was that color?
What was it, Portimao blue?
Frozen Portimao blue. Yeah. Oh, wow. Maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Charlie's a BMW enthusiast today.
I'd have green.
The green is quite nice on that too.
I'd have green
It's like
with
a
red
proper
interior.
green. Yeah. Christmas spec.
Yep. Yeah, so
You like this bit. It's your favorite part.
I do like the 3D gauge cluster, though. I think it looks quite
Especially
cool.
when it's being a turn signal camera.
Yes. Put it this way. I wouldn't blame someone for spending $80,000 on this. I would applaud someone for going into a Genesis dealer and purchasing it because I do think it sets you apart. If I saw a gentleman or a lady driving this car, getting out or whatever, I'd be like, good on you, man or woman. But if someone point blank asked me that question, do I think it's worth $80,000? I would hesitate, as I did in this video.
I like this.
Yeah, you like that waste of screen?
Yes.
Okay.
I had it displayed for my night drive. I hope the viewers enjoy that.
Heaven forbid you give them something useful like a map.
Or a Nickelback song. All right. We're going to just park right. Oh, where's the sun? It'll be fine.
We will let you all know that Chris and I did attempt to do donuts.
We did try.
Yeah, for
allegedly.
For journalistic integrity.
And it wouldn't do it.
It didn't happen.
I had a couple moments where it acted kind of like it wanted to step out earlier this week, but it never fully did.
Yeah. Yeah, you can kind of get some
Stops
aggressive lift-off oversteer just by physics, but it's
Yeah.
hard to do it under power.
I just want to pet the headliner, which, is it brown? It looks brown.
I don't trust myself with color at all. But yeah, if you look in the sunlight, it does look a bit brown.
It's a really good headliner.
You know what else this car is missing?
What? Oh, yeah.
Camera rearview mirror.
Can
The Telluride has it, right?
Yes.
And so we know Hyundai Genesis, Kia,
They have
somewhere
one.
in there has that, and it works really well.
Yeah, the Telluride's got a pretty good one.
Yeah. But no, this is a good example of a car that when you spend more time in it, you enjoy it more. You enjoy it for its finer things.
I agree.
And I respect Genesis for being classy in that way, not showy in the way that BMW and Mercedes has tried to do.
You want that? A little souvenir.
Yeah, thank you.
Keep part of the car. Views.
I wonder how long it would take Drive Shop and Genesis to realize that we had nicked that.
Probably not long, because it's like right when you get in, you see it.
Are you procrastinating ending this review because you just like being in this car?
I do really like being in this car, and I'm hoping I'll be able to put this back.
You know what would benefit this car is, like in a Mercedes, having a perfume.
That would be good.
Yeah. See, Genesis needs to start thinking of these next level things.
That's true, because as we've discussed earlier, luxury cars are starting to become, a little bit diluted, and they need to have more
Those
unique
weird-
things,
yeah.
kind of the weird, like the perfume.
Mhm.
So.
Yeah. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, the electrified Genesis G80. I appreciate that they simply called it the G80. I think G80 electric would have made more sense, but whatever. Electrified G80. I will miss it. I think the G80 is a good car, even here in electric form. Any last thoughts?
I like green.
Chris likes green. I like Genesis. We both like brown, and we think you'd like this car. So thank you all so much for watching. We are Chris and Charlie with Daily Motor, and as always, gray on. Or green. Green gray.
Gray if you're colorblind. Mine would have been the seating position's too high on.